Hey everyone, how are you? Just wanted to check in, let you know how things were going. I had chemo this week. I finished my 12 rounds of chemo that I needed to finish as part of this recent protocol. And about 2 weeks ago, I finished the 12th round. Right now, what we're doing, we started this week on a reduction of meds in my infusion so that we're kind of almost de-escalating some of those intense meds, pulling those out of my protocol, and getting to a place where I'll end up doing chemo maintenance. So I'll end up taking a pill orally 2 times a day, and that will hopefully support keeping the cancer at bay until we figure out kind of what next steps are. I did meet with the surgeon last week, and I think he feels very strongly that surgery is needed because he saw that additional cancer. Um, I'm a bit concerned about this surgery and the rehab and the kind of side effects of the surgery with the bags, etc. And again, it's a privilege to even be able to consider it as an option because there are people out there that can't even consider it. So I acknowledge that. And at the same time, also acknowledge my own fear and concern and my gut and trusting my gut, which is just doesn't feel like the right kind of path to go in. So I have reached out with the blessing of my oncologist to Memorial Sloan Kettering and Brigham Women's in Boston to basically take a look at my case and give me some suggestions on what happens next. What would they recommend? And that will happen the week of the 16th, and we'll see how those go. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little nervous to see how those appointments will go. There's something about that fear of like people looking at your results, and whether it's a quarterly scan or other doctors looking at your results, there's always that fear they're going to find something that's like really bad, and I have to deal with that. At the same time, it's probably better to know than to not know, so we can get ahead of it. So I'm holding on to my courage and stepping forward into the unknown of the future. And I know I've said this before on here, but the fear of the future is real, but none of us know what the future is going to hold. So what really is real is right now, and dealing with whatever you're experiencing in the present moment. That's what's real. So it started me thinking about the holidays. I'm also doing some stuff around our house, so I'm not able to we're doing some construction, so I'm not able to decorate as much as I normally decorate. But what I did recognize in the last couple of weeks is how much the value of having those moments of joy are really important, and giving yourself the opportunity to have joy, whether that comes in the form of watching a favorite movie or making something. Last weekend I had the energy to make chocolate chip cookies for my family here, and I felt joyful to be able to do that, and they loved them and they were gone in days, so that felt really good. I have a executive coach, mentor, and friend, Roz, who sent me a beautiful message, sharing some photos and videos of what she had experienced recently, like some tree light or some yard lighting, holiday lighting, some waves coming in from the ocean. Really was just like beautiful, and how important that joy is, and to remember your happiness is yours to manage. It's not something somebody else is going to do for you. So figuring out ways where you can be happy, where you can experience joy, and reminding myself and by extension all of you, and saying it, is that life can be challenging, and I'm definitely in the messy middle of things, where the house isn't 100% done, and we don't know what's going on with exactly what's going to happen next with my medical treatment, and just getting myself back into the swing of things at work now that I've returned to work. So, all these little things that you kind of have to wait and see to see how it goes is, just part of life. But remembering that happiness is is basically something that you actually manifest. Like when you think about life, what makes you happy? Um, and when I think about that and I think about the holidays, the most important thing are those moments together with family. Like that's the most important. And the gifts are great. And don't get me wrong, I'm always just like appreciative of what people want to buy me or purchase or whatever. And that's a beautiful thing. And it's a privilege to have that experience. But I think, what the holiday should be about is really us being together and experiencing the best that we can create for each other and creating that joy and happiness on top of it. So I'm sharing with all this with you guys just to let you know, it's been a challenging couple of months. The last 2 weeks have been a very emotional 2 weeks because meeting with the surgeon, I think his fear is if I don't do the surgery, then that's my only option. And to actually even think about the fact that I could not choose that and then possibly die as a result of not choosing that thing is really scary and terrifying, of course. But that's why we're doing second opinions, and we will see what they say and we will go from there. So that's what's happening with me. Thank you all for reaching out. It always never ceases to amaze me how appreciative, what amazes me is how much all of you are following and watching and, sharing your feedback back with me, and how many of you have reached out just to ask how I'm doing. And it just means so much. So remember this holiday season to prioritize what really matters, like whatever that is. If it gives you joy to make cookies, bake some cookies. Like if you need to sleep in one day, find a way to sleep in. Like just do the things you need to do to have joy and have happiness in your life. And I'm really grateful for this community and thankful for all of you and your love and support. And I'm wishing you all a very happy holidays. And I'll be back in a couple weeks to give you guys an update on what's going on with those second opinions, okay? All right, everyone, be well, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.